the game. This is my time, faster than ever, hungry and I'm going to come back and take what is mine, bigger and better. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Some things are different, but nothing has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. Saddle, cut to the chase. I ain't somebody who stays in one place. Ready to go, I'm coming to play. You better know I still got something to say. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Some things are different, but nothing has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. match I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, cause you know that I was born for this. I was born for this. Never met a match I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, 'cause you know I was born. I tell you I was born for this. Ain't nothing gonna stop me now. I was born for this.
Cast of the Community Radio Network. Hey, we are at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We are back at the Brickyard. Yes, the Brickyard, getting ready for the trucks tonight, round 18 for the Northwest iRacing Series. The trucks are ready to go. We're excited for it. We hope you are as well. This is, I think, going to be a pretty exciting and fun race. Welcome to our coverage. I am Wesley Outland, fresh in from North Wilkesboro. I'm not going to lie to you. I have been resting all day. I woke up because I knew I had to do this commitment. If I could, I would slay and still be sleeping right now. That's how exhausted I am. That is how excited I have been for the last 96 hours, John Muschin Jr. But also, man, it has been hot, and I have been right in there in the sun as well. And I just think my body is exhausted more than usual from all of the work that we've done. Like Finish Line. Check out Finish Line on our LSRTV YouTube video feeds. We had a phenomenal time in the pits yesterday at North Wilkesboro Speedway. I can't believe I'm saying this here, John, that, you know, this is going to be a fun iRacing tonight. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I got to talk to Kip Kildress of NASCAR the other day. I got to talk to Doug Rice of Performance Racing Network the other day at North Wilkesboro. And one of the things we keep saying is, and I said this, I'm so glad that our iRacing Northwest Series is still running on the big track at Indianapolis instead of the road course.
Yeah, me too, man. The road course was a fiasco in real life, and from the ones that I've seen in iRacing, it's not a whole lot better. Whereas when you get these guys on this big four-corner oval, it's awesome. It's fun racing. I had a race last night myself in a truck here at Indy, had fun with it, and I look forward to this broadcast tonight because, you know, we got a high caliber of drivers here at the Northwest Series, and they never fail to put on a good show, and here we are in Indy, so I expect big things from these guys.
We're going to be a fun time tonight here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Round 18 of the year. We're on to Michigan, Richmond, Watkins Glen, all on the way. And, again, let's take a look at our weather conditions here as we prepare coverage on iRacing on LSRTV, Rocket Media, presented by, of course, the Northwest Racing Series. And thanks to Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten in the production chair as well. Air temp, 71 degrees, and my goodness, John, for it seems like the 10th week in a row, the track temp is 40 or 50 degrees warmer than the ambient temperature. Are you kidding me?
No, sir, I'm not kidding you. It's 120 degrees on that track, and they're not even on track yet, Wesley. I mean, just imagine, you know, when they get them tires out there and them trucks out there with that heat and the exhaust on the trucks, that temperature's probably going to climb up into the 126 areas, which we saw last night. We started off at 115. By the time the race was over, it was 127 degrees on track, which makes these cars even looser. Sorry, these trucks, I should say. So, hey, do you remember back when they came to Indianapolis in the 90s the first time, and they kept calling the cars
Rick Mast was the first ever. Rick Mast was the first ever pole car at the Brickyard 400, and Jeff Gordon won the inaugural Brickyard 400. Dale Earnhardt won the following year. Yeah,
now remember how the I don't know what a pleasant word is for these people that didn't like NASCAR being a Brickyard. They called them the taxi cab drivers. Remember that? Can you imagine what they would call the truck drivers these days? These race truck drivers if they came out there?
The dump truck drivers.
I was thinking the dump truck drivers. We're going to go watch them dump truck guys ride around Indy.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Hey, by the way, tonight's race analysis right now, according to the folks at Dan Lisa, now known as Sim Racer Hub, that keeps up with all the content of the Northwest Racing Series. This race tonight will be 82 laps, 205 miles, which, by the way, it was 200 miles, 80 laps on Monday night for the Cup cars. So I don't know, John. Maybe they're going to throw in 2 extra laps because we'll see what will be. And those extra 2 laps
Why not?
might have a lot to do with how these things end tonight.
Well, I mean, we're looking at a fuel window of between 27 and 29 miles. So you're looking at several pit stops here. So there'll be a lot of strategy being played there. Tire wear is going to be monstrous. Trust me on that one. We went 28 laps max a couple times last night. And by the time we were done, I had 40% tire left on the right front.
And by the way, John,
yeah,
we had a wild finish on Monday night, man. I don't know if you was able to see it or check it out. I had to call it Solo because our buddy Justin Prince wasn't feeling well. We tried to get you. You were MIA. I think you went right to bed after Sim 500.
I did, man. I went straight to bed. I've got
But listen,
physical therapy
you
these
missed
days.
a wild race, man. It was a great race, but the last lap, last corner, Lake Peterson, Cole Rass wrecking each other, coming to the finish line, and won by mere inches whenever it was all said and done for Cole Rass to record his 4th win this year on the series for Cup cars.
So what you're saying was there was some beating and banging.
Beating and banging, there was. Yes, sir. Beating and
Look at
banging.
how out of shape he was just there. Wow.
That's Jeff Stab now. And
Jeff's
hold
got
my
to redo
mind's
that
going to
lap.
lock
He's
it
gonna
up.
Start that one over.
Wow. So, John, I'm thinking he didn't hit the wall, so there's no penalty point. So I think he could be able to try to get a reset and requalify, right?
Yeah, actually, as long as he hadn't actually taken the green flag yet for his qualifying run, he'd actually start completely over. Now,
Yeah, I don't think he ever took the green.
See, I'm sorry?
I don't think he ever took the green.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Oh, wow, look at Bloom out of shape. Man. See, he's already taken the green, and this is going to hurt him. So, yeah, his lap's not going to count too well. And, honestly, Wesley, the first lap's the money lap because your tire wear is so extensive on this track, your second lap's never going to be as good as your first.
Brett Johnson, Coca-Cola, number 7. We'll see what he does here on his qualifying lap. Of course, that's the Chevrolet Silverado working his way down to the line here.
Wow.
And Brett Johnson almost hitting the wall out of turn 4. Coming up at you off that rectangle west end of the speedway. Brett Johnson, where will he end up? He will go on the board now.
No,
he's
he won't
officially on the clock now.
He touched the wall, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
And just the minutest of contact with anything on track or even the grass, if you get the green sign that says you made contact, it disqualifies your lap. And that's unfortunate, but it's the way iRacing is.
So basically all that work for nothing.
Pretty much.
Wow.
All that knuckle bearing, screaming down to the turns, or not. I mean, he'll be able to turn in a second lap, but it's not going to be a great one.
Anyhow, here comes, Johnson. We'll see what he can do here now. Got another lap back to try to get it. Oh, no, hold on. And this isn't going to count either, is it, John, as you said?
Well, it looks like he ran out of time. Yeah, he
wow.
ran out of time.
Ran out of time? Are you serious? I didn't even realize it. Well, the field's set. Qualifying's
that
over.
is the scariest thing in the world when you come off of 4 that squirrely and you're looking straight up at the end of pit exit or pit entrance wall. Man.
And then you're glad the clock does disappear, right?
Exactly.
Let's give it the starting lineup for the trucks in Indianapolis. Round 18. How about Walla Walla, Washington? Kevin Smith on the pole. The 00 to the outside. Paul Newton, the road course king winner. The 27, he'll be on the outside. Kind of think of this track maybe as a road course. Dennis Moore, 44 to the inside. Outside of him, Stephen O'Hare. And by the way, Moore now falls second of the point standings. Row 3, Dan West Jr. Devin West, father and son on row 3. Row 4, we'll find Caden Anderson in the 37 from Yakima. Washington, Dan Lowther in that 63. And around that, your top 10. It'll be Tyler King, the 21. Toby Ritters, Clifford, ready to go with the Budweiser, number 23 for Thunder Road.
Inside row 6, Chris White in the 6 car. To his outside, Sean Price running that 46. Inside row 7, James Vining in the 333. To his outside, Casey Garber in the 94. Inside row 8, Ryan Bloom in the 25 truck. Jeff Stadnow to his outside, the 24. Inside row 9, Brett Johnson on the 7. Frank Harris is outside in the 11 truck. And bringing up the rear of the field, 53 inside row 10 of Carl Burke. And the 06 of Chad Malik to his outside.
Row number 11 is nobody. 20.
What scoreboard are you looking at, buddy?
20 trucks ready to go here. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing there. Wow.
It could go either way. Let's just say that. It could go either way.
20 racetrack, 20 trucks on the racetrack. I'm very surprised at that. 20 trucks on this racetrack. Yeah.
Our producer's in a funny mood tonight, Wesley. This could be more entertaining to listen to him.
He's got more things on his mind. Here we go.
That new drone he's playing with.
They got him a new toy. Let him be.
I know.
He was all excited about it the other day. He was like, oh, my God, Wesley, we've been on the air for 2 hours. We got to get off the air. Wait for my package to come. All right? I love you. We've been at North Wilkesboro. It's awesome, but I want my damn drone. He was like,
boys and their toys.
That's why he wanted me to get off the air. That's why he was telling me to get off the air. So he could go. Somebody knocking on his door while he's on there. Hey, Stency, stand by. Listen.
Hey, who's your pitcher tonight?
Finish line was awesome. Finish line was awesome, John. Bobby Labonte, Chris Williams, Josh Williams from the Xfinity Series, Burt Myers, Jason Myers. And so many more people. Yes. Oh, man. Dude, I know you live in Louisiana, but I know there's got to be a buzz about what's been going on at North Wilkesboro.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't speak for the rest of South Louisiana, but I've been paying attention. I mean,
yeah.
You got to remember, I didn't grow up down here. I grew up in North Louisiana, about 20 minutes from Boot Hill Speedway, so I grew up in racing. And then, subsequent to my military service, I was over in Virginia, 10 minutes from Richmond International Raceway, and a couple hours from Charlotte. So I've been immersed in the NASCAR world since I was little. But yeah, I've been paying attention. Believe me, I'm so jealous of certain individuals amongst our broadcast crew who spent a few days at the track. We're not going to talk about that. We're going great.
We're ready, ladies and gentlemen. He's referring to me. Pace car comes onto the pit lane, and we are set for a start. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 82 laps. We're ready, over 200 miles. Indianapolis coming to the line. The Northwest Racing Series trucks, and ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. Screaming, snarling. The dump trucks will send them off into turn number 1.
I'm sorry, you caught me off guard.
Oh, and I love the camera view, by the way, that Charles always puts up. They come by the straightaway, and the cameras will probably start rocking back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
When they do the speed shot.
Chuck came up with there. I love the one at the start when you look panning down the speedway towards the trucks as they came to the line. That was a great shot. Right now, Kevin Smith is out there out front. He's got more on his back door, though. But I tell you what, that's my pick tonight. Oh, look at that little out of shape right there, and that's something we were going to talk about real quick. These trucks are going to be fairly loose as the run starts. Then they're going to kind of neutralize, as they call it, about 5 or 10 laps into this, and then they're going to go back towards the loose side. And I tell you what, they don't do a lot of braking at first, Wesley, going down to the curve. You'll see them screaming down there. They'll roll out of the throttle a little bit, let it roll for the center, and then they'll ease back on the throttle. But towards the end of the run, you will see a little bit of braking, and it's all about getting that braking spot right going into that first and third corner.
Well, Kevin Smith will lead the opening lap of the 00, the 44 of Dennis Moore tucked up right behind him. They work their way the conga line, if you will, up the outside safer wall barrier, down the back straightaway, heading to the west end of the speedway. There's the West Racing family. Kind of catch that segue there into turn number 3.
I was proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Devin West. They go at it for position in 3 and 4.
Man, how much family animosity do you think there'd be if one got into the other one and put somebody in the wall there? Like, what would the dinner conversations be with those two?
I think they'll throw crescent rolls across the table at one another.
I tell you what, in the meantime, up front, my pick, Kevin Smith, man, how about him? He had a rough week last week. Actually, a lot of guys had a rough week last week, but he's out front leading. Now, who's your pick tonight there, Wesley?
The one that crosses the finish line first.
See, that's that's cowardly. That's
Man,
cowardly.
you know what? Who am I going with? Who am I going with? Who am I going with? Da, 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 da. Man,
you want to see Stab now. Come on. You know
but I don't want to jinx him. Look at Weston O'Hare.
Wow,
That's
Weston's really out of shape.
Charles always chooses Stab now, okay? So he automatically jinxes him every week.
Now, which West is the father and which West is the son?
Dan West is the father, a two-time defending series champion, 55. Devin West behind him is the number 5. He's the son.
Okay, I apologize to the West guys when they watch this replay. I'm still getting to know everybody, so my apologies. Getting to know you. I tell you what, 4 laps into this thing, man, and they haven't really gotten too racy yet, Wesley. You think they're just biding their time maybe and seeing how the truck's going to react the first few laps of the race?
I just think they're in the early going as we're strong board with Dan West Jr. from the front cam to the rear cam. Father, son reeling him in. Tyler King behind him as well. Who you going to pick, John? Who you riding with tonight to win?
Same thing, 00, Kevin Smith, man. That's the same number I run.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of had a rough race last week, so I'm going to go with, I like the split screen here.
Yeah.
As we ride along looking back from one West to the other. Get that? I like that. That's a great shot right there. The main screen coming down the straightaway into the turns right here.
Kevin Smith is looking for his 3rd win if he pulls it off with the 00 machine. As that's who he is going with. John is with Kevin Smith. I don't know, man. You know, history has a way of repeating itself, and looking at the stats of the numerous years ahead, I want to say Dan West Jr., 55. I think Dan West Jr. is going to win it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Danny West. And, John, if he pulls it off, it will finally be Dan West Jr.'s first win of the year as the defending 2-time series champion has no wins so far in 2022.
Wow. Well, here's something I find interesting. So remember when we went to Pocono and they had like, 70 laps in that race, and Caden Anderson led like 40 of them, like most of the race. He was just really strong. But look at Caden tonight back there in 8th. He's not having a very good race at the moment. I've been watching him. He's just a little tight and like snappy loose coming off, which is odd because, I mean, this track is very, very similar to Pocono in the long straights with a flat corner. You know what I mean? Which is kind of like the tunnel turn was at Pocono, right? And he seems to be struggling tonight with that truck.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Watching them work their way as they fly their way around the corner. There's Ritters on board with Clifford. Toby Ritters, Budweiser, 23, Stab now. Behind him, this is for 13th and 14th position. Here's some good news. No matter what happens tonight, every driver in the field, John, is going to get a top 20 finish.
That's true. Burke's already out, it looks like. Lowther's on pit road.
Whoa!
Is he starting park?
Sideways.
Now we got things heating up back here between the West guys. They're fighting for position here. You see Devin West down there on the inside of Don West Jr. trying to take that spot away down all the way into the turn here. It looked like he was going to try and outbrake him, but changed his mind at the last minute there. And see, it's going to be really Wesley. What's going to boil down to from what we saw last night in our race. The guys that can take care of their tires the best are the ones that have come out, especially if we're looking at long green flag runs here. Towards the end of the green flag run, the guys that are taking care of the tires are the ones that have come out on top. The guys you see sliding their trucks around right now, burning that right rear up, they're the ones who fall. Wow! Little contact going in the turn right there.
Good save there by Newton. Dan West Jr. almost trying to go 3 wide. He's in the middle. Son West comes to help him. He clears him to the bottom. Cuts up in front of Tyler King. And away we go 2x2 again.
Looks like Newton's falling back just a little bit right there. He's given up 2 spots here to both the West guys. Maybe King, if King and outbrake and going to this turn, but maybe not.
All of this going on now as we approach lap number 8. completed. We're on lap 7 now. They worked their way off the turn here, off of 4, coming to the line. There'll be 8 laps in the books, working lap 9 here at the Brickyard. They roar past the yard of bricks at the Pagoda. Our virtual broadcast position into turn number 1. It's Dennis Moore now, by the way. Amongst all of that crazy 3 wide, 2 wide shenanigans, 2 rows deep went on. It is now Dennis Moore up in front, the 44. Around the 00, and while that goes on, West and West getting around the beginning of the back straightaway.
Yeah, I didn't even see what happened with the leaders there, but it looks like Moore was able to run Smith down. And this is about the time you're going to see that. This is about the time you'll see the guys that have been wearing their tires out are going to start losing spots here right around lap 8, 10. And then it just, as it progresses, you'll see more and more guys kind of dropping to the back. You'll see other guys coming out and work it out. We got another guy that looks like he's on pit road, Alex.
And all that going on now as we work down lap number 9 of 82, and almost a pass for the lead. This all going on back into turn number 1. Moore inside, Smith outside, and they pull away there as they work off the short chute, heading to that second turn.
Hey, Wesley, you got some feedback on your mic there, bud.
Feedback?
Yeah. Sounds like an electrical short. Maybe check your cable.
I don't know. I hope not. My headset went dead.
Yeah. But like Wesley was talking about, we've got a great race for the lead right here. Moore took it away from Smith about a lap and a half ago. Smith's been trying to work his way back on the inside and get that lead back. I don't think he's got the tires for it, though. I think he's probably worn some tires out. Meantime, we are single file from pretty much 4th on back, 3rd on back. It's like everybody's kind of singled out now. We had a lot of racing going on for a while there, Wesley, but it looks like it's all calmed down now.
Got to realize all my equipment's been traveling with me on the road for the last 4 days, and maybe I had some glitch. I don't know. Does it sound better now?
Sounds good.
All right. I took the cables out. I took the cables out, blew on the XLR cables, checked them, plugged them back in. I think we're back good again. So here we go.
Who's that guy out of shape back there? Was that Caden Anderson?
I think that was Anderson there battling with White. This going on for 7th and 8th.
So lap number 10 and a half is what we're working on now.
And remember, John, when we talked about is this great battle is ensuing between 4 trucks in the top 10. Newton, Bloom, Garber, Stab now. Brightsman on the outside looking in along with Ritters coming off turn 4. One thing we talked about here, and I mentioned Caden Anderson, and if you listen to the broadcast or you watched it on Monday from right here in Indianapolis, we've mentioned for the last 3 weeks, John, that Caden Anderson just absolutely struggles or doesn't finish in the Cup Series. But then he turns around and he gets in the Northwest Truck Series on Thursday night and he lights them up.
And how did he do Monday night this past Monday night?
Hey, he had a bad night.
Well, I hope he gets a chance to turn it around. Right now, he's got about 3.5 seconds before he catches back up to the leader up there. And we saw him getting wicked loose a couple of times there off the exit of the corners. And that's not what you want to do. You don't want to be burning the right rear tire up, because the more you heat that tire up, the greasier it gets, the slicker it gets, the less traction you have coming off exit. And with these long straightaways, you want all of the grip you can get coming off and get great speed going down the straight. And that's where you'll see some of these guys dominate and some of these guys fall off. In the meantime, back up front, Moore got by Smith, but he has not pulled away from him, Wesley. And I find that interesting. I'm wondering if maybe Moore didn't give that lead up so he could draft off of, if Smith didn't get the lead up so he could draft off Moore for a little while.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, as right now there's the leaders pulling away, 1 and 2. Big distance there, about 10 car lengths or more between Moore, Smith to O'Hare, who's back to 3rd. Then you got the West family 4 and 5. They work their way off the corner. Tyler King on the outside looking in 6th. And the rest of the field roaring off the straightaway. We're closing in on lap number 13 completed. And it's Dennis Moore, the leader. And honestly, you know, John, he wants to put that Moore Speed Beaver State Racing entry number 44 with a good run and get him back over the points, because he fell back to 2nd to Cole Raz. in the points after last Thursday night.
Did he now? I didn't even realize that. You're right. He sure did.
Yeah, the points resetted after the week, and after Cole Raz got 4 wins, 2 wins for Dennis Moore, and obviously he's only 15 points back to Dennis Moore. Caden Anderson, 27 back. Paul Newton, 40 back with the 2 road course wins. Ryan Bloom, the top 5. Sean Brightsman, Tyler King, Dan West Jr., as I mentioned, no wins for him so far in the year. Kevin Smith with 2 wins, and John's pick is 9th. And Stephen O'Hare with 1 win currently right now in the top 10 of the points.
Do they have a cutoff for their point for their championship?
So if I remember correctly, I want to make sure I'm looking at all this correct. I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right information to our audience as well as you, John. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to look up this information to make sure that I put it out correctly. And problem, Sean Brightsman going around.
Brings out the caution.
2020 Cup Series champion Sean Brightsman loops the Brights Boutique entry off of the short shoot off of turn 2, coming to the back straightaway, and the caution is coming out for the first time. Now, John, a couple of laps ago, I was watching Brightsman's truck. He looked really, really loose, and finally it goes around behind Bert Johnson there as they worked off the short shoot. He overshot, corrected, coming out of the short shoot on the east end of the speedway, and then he lost it going down the return road out of 2.
Well, the good news is, even though he lost it right there, he didn't hit anything. Now, I did notice some right front damage on the truck, which means he probably impacted the wall somewhere once before. But man, to lose it right there where you're doing the short shoot and not hit anything is a miracle, to say the least. So my hat's off to Brightsman. Yeah, he lost it, but he kicked that thing off the really hard contact with the wall.
So, John, this is what I found out, buddy, just to make sure it's corrected. All right. So obviously the Northwest Racing Series stats, the final regular season standings event, will be based on each driver's top 15 weekly scores. Okay? So they're going to take your 15 best races. However, to qualify into the playoffs to make the round of 20, you have to have ran at least 18 regular season races and finish the majority of the season in the top 20 of the points. That's the only way you can get in.
Gotcha. Look at the games being played out here with are you going or not? I love watching. That's a great shot, Charles. Thank you for that one, man. That's to see those guys as they coming towards the camera, and you can tell that some of them are trying to make play some games there and psych people out. But it looks like everybody's coming down pit road except for that one guy way over there on the left, and I think he's getting a lap back, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so as well. And I will say this as well, John. They enforce those points. That's Caden Anderson, I believe, that just went by us, but he stayed out. Caden Anderson, speak of the devil. And I was just going to mention those drivers, John, that, okay, we had a scenario last year where drivers like Caden Anderson, Cole Raz were awesome. Lake Peterson, they did a great job to make a run for the championship and winning races. But guess what the problem was? They didn't have the amount minimum to run. Yeah. And guess what happened? They missed making the playoffs by like 1 or 2 races for those drivers.
Well, I mean, it sucks, but them's the rules, right? I guess sometimes when those things are out of your control, like I know, people have jobs or whatever that prevent them from making the races. I would hate to miss a playoff because I missed a couple of races for something like that, but it is what it is, right?
Well, again, they take your 3 worst races, they drop it down to 15. But the bottom line is this: it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, John, how many wins you have. If you can have 10 wins, but if you only make 13 starts, you don't make the playoffs. It's that simple.
Copy that.
Now, back to your thought. What were you saying?
Well, I just realized that Anderson pitted on lap 14.
Right.
While we were still in the green. I didn't even realize that.
Green flag pit stop?
Yeah,
and he's still in the lead. He's not a lap down. He's still in the lead, and now he's the leader.
Yeah, so his I mean, well, yeah, at first I thought that he'd stayed out, on old tires, but apparently he pitted right before the caution came out. So that's going to help him out a lot. Now, Apex is showing that Casey Garber has not pitted at all, but he's way back there in 12th, so I wonder if he just drove through his pits.
Yeah, we'll find out. We're going to set him up for the restart. We're also coming up on the top of the hour. We will pause for 10 seconds of network identification on CRN, the Community Radio Network, with the Northwest Racing Series from Indianapolis.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
And if North Wilkesboro's finish line coverage of iRacing wasn't enough, CRN's got you covered with more flag-to-flag racing beginning this weekend. Tomorrow night, the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Series, the Honeywell 170 at Wake County Speedway. Friday night, Thunder. And then on Saturday night, it's the Sheets Mid-East Dirt Late Model 602 Modifieds and Late Model Series coverage on CRN. We are CRN.com, 87.9 FM if you're in the North Carolina Triangle area. All weekend, we've got you covered. And, of course, I'll see everybody at Wake County and then Hickory Motor Speedway, another awesome racetrack this Saturday night. Football around the corner. Football going on tonight. But, John, we're ready to settle this one here in the first quarter of this race. 82 laps the distance for round number 17 of the Northwest Racing Series. John Muschin Jr., I'm Wesley Outland. Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wood, Rocket Media, Live Sim Racing TV, bringing it to you. iRacing Thursday night, August the 4th, and the green flag going back in the air here at the Brickyard.
Caden Anderson gets a great start right there. Jumps up in front of Kevin Smith on the outside as they go down into one. Now we're going to see how well Anderson will run out front in clean air. I noticed that at Pocono. We were just talking about that a little bit ago, how good he was at Pocono. Once he got out in clean air, he was outstanding. And tonight he started back in the pack there and was having some handling issues that prevented him from advancing too quickly. But now that he's out front, with the luck of the yellow coming out there after his green flag pit stop a couple laps earlier, I think, Leslie, we're going to see him kind of lead for a little while. What do you think?
Well, your pick is right there in that number 2 spot. Caden Anderson, though, as I mentioned, I'm telling you, I can't figure it out. He literally struggles on the Monday Night Cup Series, but when he gets in these trucks, he shines. He just made an early pit stop. We got trouble. Oh, my goodness, wow. Was that Vining? What a save.
He must have missed that wall by less than 6 inches because he hit the cone. And the cone sits right there at the end of the wall.
Vining and Brightsman almost getting together, and Vining almost took out the cone. Wow. On the main entrance of the pit road. No harm, no foul. Cone flies virtually through the air, but it'll go back into its rightful place.
After that.
We'll try this again.
So what I was going to say was the thing about Anderson and struggling on Monday night, you got to remember that's the Cup car, man, and that car drives so vastly differently from these trucks. And the trucks are more comfortable to drive for a lot of people. They're easier to save when they get out of shape, as we've seen plenty of times tonight. They don't get out of shape as easily as that Cup car does. So, I know a lot of guys that shine in the Cup car. As we see a fight for the lead now, Smith taking it down to the inside, drives past Anderson down there through 1 as they go to a short shoot now. Head for 2. Wesley, did you like that move?
That was an awesome move. Keeping an eye on it now as it's still going to be Smith now going to the P1. Back to the top spot, to the back straightaway they go at Indy. Anderson second, O'Hare third. Now somebody jumps out of the conga line, as that's going to be more. I'll tell you, John, that was going to be Dennis Moore just jumping out of line just a moment. He went to the inside to make a move, but then he had to tuck right back in behind him again.
Yeah, I was watching up at the same time. I was looking way back there at Brightsman. He is still just having massive issues. I don't know if he's got the wrong setup in his truck or what tonight, but he is way off. Way off. I mean, seems like every corner he's on ice coming off the turns. I hate to say this, but I imagine our next caution is going to be Sean Brightsman again.
And by the way, James Vining is in the pit area for service to check out his truck after the pink 333 with the green teal numbers has now officially gone out of the race. So can you believe it, John? James Vining joins Malik, Lowther, and Burke already, not even a quarter of the way in at Indy. We've got 4 trucks out of the race.
Yeah, Vining, I thought he hit the wall. I mean, you see right there where that yellow cone's at. He hit that cone, and he hit it square on the right side of the truck. That means he had to hit the wall, too, a little bit. Probably had a lot of engine damage there, and I'm not sure why he didn't take the fast repair, but he chose to park it instead. In the meantime, Anderson is really struggling out here. Again, Wesley, normally we see him doing great in these trucks. He's given up 1, 2, 3, about to be 4 spots here, stuck on the outside there.
Wow, little pushing and shoving going on there as Dennis Moore fighting for his spot, goes to the inside, pulls up in front of Caden Anderson. Anderson falling back. He's all the way back now to 6th. A lap ago, he was in the lead, John. He's falling back.
Yeah, like
sliding away.
He's struggling at this track. I'm kind of dumbfounded at this because this track is very similar to Pocono. It really is. When you stop and look at the distance of the straightaways, the flat, semi-flat banking, I guess you could say, of the turns are very similar to turn 2 at Pocono, and he was great at Pocono, but he seems to be really off here. Not quite as bad as Brightsman, but definitely off. He's given up, 5 spots since the green flag went back out from that caution. So, yeah, he's struggling. He really is.
Okay, class. So today you're going to learn your shapes. Last week, it was, of course, a triangle. This week is a rectangle. And next week, we're back on a circle. Actually,
last
it's a
week
road
was
course,
New Hampshire, which is also a paperclip. So
that's right.
Yeah, we were at Pocono 2 weeks ago.
But whatever.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, sounds like Wesley needs a nap.
Coming up, we got to a road course, and the road course will have all sorts of
shapes,
S's and chicanes and squiggly lines. That's what our producer just said. Wesley, you can say this on the air: squiggly lines. So, well, Ron Burgundy Jr. I am.
Whoa! Here goes Anderson giving up another spot to King now. King down the inside, going into 3. Man, Anderson's just falling back. I'm not really sure what he can do to fix this. I mean, I don't know if his truck's loose or too tight for him, but he's going to have to come up with something on the next pit stop, Wesley, to fix the conditions he's got here, because he's definitely giving up the spots.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Watching them work their way around the racetrack, and we're closing in on lap 25 of 82. This is 82 laps the distance for the trucks. Another extra 5 miles, which is 2 laps added on to the race.
Saw Moore giving the bump draft there to 41 of O'Hare all the way down the front stretch. Ooh, who's that out of shape back there? Was that Dad now? I think it was back there in 8th.
Maybe. Hold on to it there.
I don't want to hear what temperature you've got in your studio, Cody. I'm sitting here in freaking 77-degree temperatures in my house. I don't want to hear about it. Oh, watch it back there. Who was that? Somebody was way out of shape. Yeah, it looks like Newton almost got the pit wall too. We talked about that earlier tonight. I think that was during qualifying, when you get so loose off a 4 that the truck swings way down the inside. You're just trying to catch the truck. What you're doing, you're feeding it input to try and come out of the slide, but at the same time, it's going towards the pit entrance wall. And Wesley, let me tell you, that's a severe pucker factor right there.
Yeah, you're exactly right, man. That is an old moment. So, for sure, they hold on to it again as they work their way back into the weather conditions. It's gone down, actually. The countdown is on to the temperatures dropping instead of rising.
Very interesting.
What is sim time right now? Is it basically close to 4 o'clock? My producer behind the scenes is checking for us.
I'm trying to check my breath.
And by the way, John's pick back out in front again in a big way, pulling away. Kevin Smith, 5 truck links now on O'Hare and Moore going at it for second, third, fourth.
O'Hare's got his hands full with Moore right now. He ain't worried about the leader. He's worried about the guy behind him. I'm telling you, Moore has been just wearing off the back bumper of O'Hare for the last 3-4 laps, man. Are they? I did not know that. If that's my teammate, I'm on the radio right now. Dude, you need to back off. I'm just saying.
I'm understanding that Tyler King is possibly in the pits for service and work. Oh, never mind. Tyler King is part of the team. Yeah, with American Touch-Up and the Beaver State Racing Clan. My apologies. Listen, I'm telling you people right now, I've been on the road for 4 days. I slept all day. I'm lazy. I'm tired. My hair's in a mess, okay? I put on a pair of shorts and a T-shirt and I got on the air. That's all you need to know, John Bustian.
That's more than I wanted to know. Thank you very much. Way more than I wanted.
Oh, but we're having fun. We're going to get it done.
We are. We're having a good time here. 13 laps since the last pit stop. So this is about the time in the run that we're going to start seeing guys start and slide a little bit more. And like I said, it kind of neutralizes just a little bit, like plateaus, if you will, like that right there. You saw how out of shape O'Hare was. But unfortunately, Moore was just as out of shape, so he couldn't really take advantage of that. But like I was saying, you plateau a little bit right around lap 10, but then right around lap 14, 15 in the run, it starts to get a little bit more loose, and it's just going to be real. Oh, wow, look how out of shape West was right there. That'll be Devin West.
Teammates there going at it. Teammates. Boy, O'Hare was fighting that truck off the exit of the corner. Off the east end of the speedway. Now they go to the west end of the racetrack on the other side of the back straightaway. Here comes Dennis Moore. He'll pound it down to the inside. O'Hare will follow up on the outside. Now back to the bottom. Throw the block on Devin West now. He clears Daddy West for that spot.
Ooh. Man, I really thought West was going to give a little bit of a bumper to O'Hare for a second there. That's one place you really don't want to touch the car in front of you is going into the turn. And the reason for that is, one, you're going to get him out of shape. He's definitely going to get loose, probably spin out. Two, you have no way possible to miss him once he gets out of shape. You're gonna wind up hitting him. So yeah, you definitely don't want to be bump trapped and going into the turn here. Yeah, I found that out the hard way last night too, by the way.
.30 laps now completed. Kevin Smith for the leader. Dennis Moore. O'Hare, West, top 5. King, Stabnow, White, Anderson, Bloom in the top 10. And now, John, give everybody the rest of the rundown here as we're 30 laps in.
You got Garber there in 11th. You got Johnson in the 7 truck. He's 12th. 27 is Newton back there in 13th. 11 truck of Harris in 14th. 15th is Ritters. Toby's not having a very great day, but he's doing better than Bryceman, who's 22 seconds off pace right now back there in 16th. And that's all we have left on the racetrack. Everybody else has gone home. Vining's out, Malik's out, Lother's out, and Burke's out. Everybody said, okay, we're done here. Those 4 guys took a vacation and said, we're going to catch some sleep. Newton on pit road now. Not sure if this is scheduled or not.
We have activity on pit road. Paul Newton, 2-time winner on the series this year. Bringing that PaulNewtonDesign.com forward to his pit stall number 2.
Now, this may be a pit
fuel
strategy thing here, Wesley, because this will put him within the window of making it on one more stop. And he might have wanted to make some changes to his truck, something like that, you know. Wow, he's got that thing rolled away on the right.
Yeah, Newton down and away.
So he's going to go a lap down. It's going to put him, you know, the first truck ready for the lucky dog if there is another caution. But then again, if he gets out in front of the leaders right here, which I think he did actually, he'll be able to drive away because his tires are going to be that much better right now.
.33 of 82 laps here at the Brickyard, the famous Yard of Bricks, the world's greatest race course. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway, virtually iRacing simulator. We are closing in on under 50 laps to go. Halfway looming as well. Lap 41. And it's all Kevin Smith now, 2 or 3 times up at the front spot.
Hey, can you get out of the front of Smith's truck? I want to see how far ahead of him Newton is real quick. So there's Smith, and there's Newton up in front of him. Yeah, see, Newton's going to be able to drive away, stay on the lead lap. That's going to work out for him in a couple of ways here. Like I said, he'll be able to go one more pit stop, and after a short caution real soon, like the next lap or two, he can just stay out and stay in the lead.
You don't think, no, excuse me, you don't think the pack will run down Newton by himself?
No, his tires were that good. I mean, last time by, his lap time was, I'm still waiting for it to update here. I'll give you that in a second. But he's probably going to have about a second worth of more speed than those guys are.
All right, well, there you go.
Yeah, last time by, he was a 52.4, and the leader was a 54.4. So he's doing 2 seconds faster right now than the leader is. And we have another guy on pit road now. That's going to be Casey Garber in the 94 truck. Now, it's showing that he hadn't even pitted yet, so I find that hard to believe at lap 35. Something's probably glitched on his timing.
'94 into the pit lane, and that's Garber. And Garber will come in, and he overshot his pit stall on 94.
And see, that's another thing that's pretty easy to do here because the pit road speed is 60. So you're doing a pretty good clip coming down pit road, and it's really easy to slide right through your pit lane or pit box.
That's right. And Garber pulls out. There goes the leaders now. Overtaking him. Remember, he can't come back on the racetrack till he goes to the blend line. He has to stay all the way on the return road until right there.
Oh, look at this little conga line we got here. Smith throwing the block on Moore.
Now that's snaking, John. That's snaking. Just like we hear at the Indy cars a lot. That was some snaking going on.
Yes, indeed. And I tell you what, man, that's a brave maneuver to throw a block like that on a guy going down the backstretch like that. See, if I'm Smith, I'm just going to let Moore go. He's obviously faster. And here we go. Moore coming off of turn 4 there. Great move down to the inside. Going to drag race with Smith all the way down the front stretch here, Wesley. And he's going to take him down into 1 right here and overtake him and take that lead away.
37 laps when they come to the line, completed when they cross the stripe here at the Yard of Bricks. There is the battle for the lead now between Dennis Moore, Kevin Smith, 1 and 2. Off the back straightaway, O'Hare right there behind them, along with King and then West. Who was your pick, John, to win?
I'm sorry?
Your pick was Smith to win, right?
Correct. And I was just about to comment, it looks like the handling on his truck is going away in a hurry. He's already a half a second behind Moore. Just gave the lead up about a lap ago. So he's already losing a lot of time more. So his setup's definitely going away quick. He's probably got to make a couple adjustments on the next pit stop to make that truck last just a little bit longer on the runs.
And I believe I said I'm going with Dan West Jr. He's had some success here in the past as well. He hasn't won all year, which I find that very surprising.
He's one of those guys that's been struggling to get the wins. I mean, he's had some strong showings. A few races that I've been with you, he's been real strong, just not able to put it all together towards the end of the race there. So that's something he's got to work on. Right now, he's not doing too bad. I mean, he's inside the top 6. Right there riding behind Devin West in the 5 truck. That lap car you see right there, that's we just talked about him, Garber, 94. That's a lap car right there. We've got another one heading down pit road. That's going to be Chris White, the 6. A lot of different pit strategies going on here, Wesley.
Yeah, it's totally changed everything around for sure. Want to mention Jeff Stabnow, John. He's climbing into the top 10. He's up to 7th behind Dan West Jr.
The 41
and
just
pits
nicked
are coming
the wall,
in.
by the
Chris
way.
White's in. Chris White is pitting. Let's come into the pit lane. Strategy changing again, as John mentioned, and now here comes another one pitting out of sequence.
Yeah, I find this really interesting. But like I said, this also puts these guys within the window of making it one more stop in this race. So, you know, it's just a couple of different strategies. And, you know, this is also an open setup race. And what we mean by that, folks, is there's 2 different ways that you race setups in iRacing. Fixed setup, which means you run what you run. You got one setup, everybody runs the exact same setup. The only thing that you can change is the brake bias and the steering ratio. That's it. Then you have open setup where you can literally build your own setup. You come in here and you can make all kinds of different changes throughout the race that help you get the truck to handle better under the racing conditions. And these guys run the open setup. So I imagine that a lot of the guys like Frank Harris is on pit road right now. Not only are they looking at the pit window, but they're also thinking, okay, I need to make this change and that change to this truck to help it run better. And so they're getting in there and getting that taken care of. Like I said, Frank Harris, the 11 truck, he gives up, I believe it was 10th, come in down pit road now and make his pit stop. And we're just about halfway here, Wesley.
Yeah, we're closing in on that halfway mark on lap number 41 here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway virtual iRacing event for the Northwest Racing Series. Of course, tonight, iRacing on LSRTV and simulcast on the Community Radio Network. Cross flags next time by. We'll give you that full field rundown. I'm sure green flag pit stops are also happening. As we saw White pit, we see now Harris pit in the 11. There is King and O'Hare working on the back straightaway.
Sorry for that. I was taking a sip of water and forgot to push the button. I was just watching more up front. His lap times are really consistent over the last 5 laps, so he's got a pretty good setup for the long run. That's a great indication, by the way, of how somebody's truck is going to handle over the long runs. If their lap times stay, you know, fairly consistent over, say, 4 or 5 laps, especially here at Indy, which is a 2.5-mile track.
That's right.
For him to keep that kind of consistency in his lap times is a great sign. It means he's got a really good setup. He's got his entry points are perfect. You know, he's on the gas, off the gas, on the brake when he needs to be. He's looking great. Moore is looking really strong right now, Wesley, as we hit the halfway point here.
Yeah, the field across the start-finish line just a moment ago. The cross flags will go in the air. We're halfway home. 41 down, 41 to go in this 205-mile contest for the Northwest Racing Series trucks in season number 9. Let's give you your full field rundown as we continue to watch these 2 drivers continue to battle. This is for the 3rd position between O'Hare and King. The 41 and the 21, pacing, looking inside for that spot. Dennis Moore is the leader. Kevin Smith is in 2nd. Those trucks we just mentioned, Stephen O'Hare and Tyler O'King, are right now in the 4th position. 5th is Devin West. Dan West Jr. is 6th. Ryan Bloom, 7th. Jeff Stabnow has fell back to 8th. Caden Anderson, who led on the most recent restart on a pit strategy call, falls back to 9th. And Brett Johnson, John, best run for him in the top 10 right now in that number 7.
Yeah, Brett's having a great race. He's up 7 spots there. Behind him is the 23 truck of Toby Ritters in 11th. Sean Brightsman back there in 12th. Sean's had his hands full all night tonight. Paul Newton, who's already pitted and come back out, he's back there in 13th, but he's climbing his way up. Chris White also pitted. He's in 14th. Casey Garber's the last truck we have on the lead lap. He pitted earlier. He's in 15th. 16th is Frank Harris. And I believe that's going to be the last of our trucks that are still in this race. 17th is James Vining. 18th is Chad Malik. 19th is Dan Lother. And Carl Burke rounds out your field in 20th. Those guys have retired from the race. And we got a bunch of pit stops coming.
Yeah, green flag pit stops on the horizon, as John just mentioned, as we prepare for the second half of this race. Across the yard of bricks, there goes Dan West Jr. There is Jeff Stabnow coming in, and I believe Caden Anderson also coming in and going to pit in sequence with these other couple of trucks. This going on lap number 43, working lap 44, as they're at their pit stalls here.
I'm looking at the back of Stabnow's truck there. That right rear's got a little bit of damage on it in case he got a little loose and slapped that wall there. It's still a little more significant than a little bit, but it's not too bad, so he'll be all right. And here comes Kevin Smith now down pit lane. And he's joined by Devin West and Ryan Bloom.
More coming in, as you just mentioned. Johnson now pitting. This is going to put Toby Ritters up into a nice spot, climbing into the top 3 or more.
Now, when this all cycles through, once everybody's made their pit stops, guess who's going to be leading this thing?
Probably in the sequence of events, as we just saw Devin West overshoot his pit stall up on the far left of the monitor. Probably give it right back to cycle. I would say, unofficially, nah.
It's going to be Newton.
Well, I was going to say Newton, yeah, Paul Newton, because he pitted and was able to keep from going a lap down. So you're exactly right. Yeah.
Now, he won't be, I'm going to be honest with you, as good as that's going to be for him, he's not going to hang on to that lead for very long, because these guys are going to be coming out not too far behind him, man. As we saw earlier with a 15-lap difference on tires, he was 2 seconds faster than the guys in the lead lap. So now that position is going to be reversed, and he's going to be the one to be slower. So he'll have the lead for a little while. What he needs to see is a caution. But we don't need to see that. I'm just saying he needs to see that. Dennis Moore, O'Hare, and Tyler King are on pit road now.
All of these pit stops going on, man. I'm telling you, it's not done yet. Here we go, ready for the second half of this race to get underway, and it already starts now with a sequence of green flag pit stops. One yellow flag to halt this race when Sean Brightsman spun, and now he's coming onto the pit lane as well. Got to make some adjustments and some things to get back in the hunt of this still here, John.
Yeah, he does. He got some damage fixed to him, and I was so far off in my prediction there. It's not going to be Newton. Guess who it's going to be? No, sir. Well, Ritter's not there now, but he's got to pit soon. It's Kevin Smith.
It's going to be Kevin Smith. Cycle back around to the 00.
And this is going to be pretty spread out too, Wesley. I mean, we've seen that in the past on many of these really big tracks like this, like Indy, Daytona, Talladega, Michigan. When you have a long green flag run, then you have green flag pit stops, it really, really spreads the field out.
Look at them work their way across the yard of bricks. Start and finish line, that's 41 and 55 going at it. 6th and 7th, and they about made contact as DWJ drops way below the bottom of the apron of the racetrack. Saves it, they hug the corner into the east end of the speedway now working off turn 2.
Yeah, that was a case of O'Hare not realizing how fast West was coming and looking to take that inside lane, and they're still battling it out, dragging all the way down the backstretch, drag racing down the backstretch into turn 3, and I'm hoping that West can clear him before they get to that next car up there that's going to cause some issues if they don't. And he does slide up in front of him right there. He takes that spot away, sets his sight now on Newton, the 27 truck. And there's the difference in speed right there. You see how fast they're going to deal with Newton. Ritters is on pit road, by the way. Our leader's on pit road.
Yep, Newton back on the bottom, goes back up to the top side, makes a run on O'Hare. O'Hare on the outside. West will follow on the bottom. This is going on for now. 4th and 5 positions on lap 48.
Newton's going to be giving up a lot of spots right now. The reason is his tires are much, much older than these guys that just came off pit road. Remember, he last pitted on lap, I believe it was 16. Or no, 31, excuse me. Yeah, he last pitted on lap 31. So his tires are, 17 laps older than everybody else's out there. So he'll be giving up a lot of speed right now to everybody. I think his hope of having maybe a late caution is about the only thing that's going to save him and help him get a good finish out of this. In the meantime, up front, Kevin Smith is our leader with about a 1.1 second lead over Mr. Moore there, Dennis Moore in that 44 truck. Chris White's in third. Fourth is West. That would be Dan West Jr. Fifth is O'Hare. There's your top five. And like I said, a little spread out there. You've got Smith out front, and a second back is Moore, then 3 seconds back is White, and then 5 seconds back is West. So you got a pretty good spread there.
49 of 82 laps when they come back to the start-finish line here. There you see Devin West making a run on King at 21. Hills, Oranges, American Touch-Up, Beaver State Racing 21. And then the WCS West Racing family, LSRTV CRN Chevrolet Silverado there. And you know, John, it's good to see them back again because they have not ran with us in a while. So it's good to see the 5 back on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's good to see that LSR logo out there like that. I like that.
And the CRN logo.
And the CRN logo, yes, sir.
That's right. Mostly LSRTV, though. It's a lot bigger.
It's funny how Cody only pipes in like that every once in a while. You think he's sleeping, all of a sudden he says something.
Puts in those little jabs, you know. It was
right?
Yeah.
We love you, Cody.
Wake up! Wake up!
Hey, Garber's on pit road again. That was fast.
Yeah.
Like, he just pitted not too long ago, 15 laps ago. And now Frank Harrison's on pit road again. Short pitting going on here.
All this
Just
going on
drafting
inside.
down the straightaway there. Wow.
Look at this, man. It's like bump drafting tandem like Daytona or Talladega with these cars.
And White's like, where are you guys going? Wait up for me. In the meantime, look at this. West on the outside, making the move on the outside of O'Hare, trying to make this pass work. And he does it. He gets in front on the outside. We're not going to see that very much tonight. That was a great move by Dan West Jr., the 55 truck. He says, see ya. I'm going to the front. Bye-bye.
Certainly is. All of this going on as they work their way back off the straight away there, off of turn 4. Dan West Jr. Right behind him at O'Hare. Devin West. Tyler King. Pick a move. Inside. Here comes 41. Clear. Door bumper. Inside. Not yet. Not yet. Clear.
Oh, wow, what a battle. What a battle. In the meantime, look at this. Devin West has closed up on these two, and he brought King with him. So now we've got a 4-truck fight for basically 4th place right here, or 3rd place, excuse me. These guys are all bumper to bumper here. And look at this. West son is going into West dad on the inside there, takes the spot away. Move Devin West now up to 4th place as he sets his sights on O'Hare in front of him. In the meantime, King down low. He gets by Dan West Jr. on the outside. Looks like Dan might have overheated them tires a little bit there, Wesley.
Yes, sir. You're exactly right.
Don't you fall asleep on me, Outland.
Oh, no, I'm still here. I'm kind of keeping up with everything that's going on.
Oh, O'Hare sliding that right rear a little bit. I think Dan West Jr. has used up his truck because he's already back almost a second behind these guys. I think he I think he burned the tires up a little bit there. Not the case for Devin West on that 5 truck. He's flat tracking and trying to get by the truck of O'Hare. In the meantime, now King all over the back bumper of Devin West in that 5 truck. King now down the inside, going to try and drag race him down the front stretch. O'Hare dips down, trying to break the draft of 1 truck. But what he's going to do here is he's going to let King get a good draft off of him to help him pass Devin West in the 5 truck. So now move King up to 4th and West back to 5th and 6th. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Thought all that. I ain't gonna lie to you, we need a caution.
You bored?
I'm ready to throw my water bottle on the racetrack.
Don't do that. We frown down upon those kinds of things.
Barney, the virtual iRacing flagman, needs to slip and drop a flag.
You joke, but they had that happen one time at Southside Speedway. The flagman dropped the flag.
The flagman dropped the flag at North Wilkesboro Speedway in our broadcast on Tuesday night as well.
Did he really?
Yeah, guy dropped me to throw a caution because the move-over flag fell on the track.
Oh, no. See, it happens, folks. You know, we're only human. These officials are only human. They make mistakes, too. Barney, I love Barney's animations in here. He looks like he's beating something to death with them flags.
I wonder if he's got a bullet in his pocket. Yes.
It's true, man. If you look at the animation of the flagman, if we do get a restart, you got to show it. He looks like he is beating the living hell out of something with that flag. He ain't waving it at nothing.
Welcome to Pizza Planet. You may enter Pizza Planet.
Now, you know, the people listening to this thing are like, what in the world is Wesley talking about Pizza Planet? They're not going to know what Cody was saying.
Yes, it is Pizza Planet, the movie Toy Story. Never mind. Paul Newton's pitting. Wow, pit stop. Somebody hit a tire.
This is the money stop right here. This is inside of the window to make it the rest of the way on fuel and tires. So this is going to be a good, this has to be a good stop for Newton.
Yeah. All of this happening, and I would always say as well, John, money stop right here. Got to be money stop for the 27. You think?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I just said. Yeah.
Unless we get a caution. You know, here comes the yellow flag fever.
Don't do that.
Because I want a caution.
No.
Yeah, me too. I am tired, man.
I'm about to say, you said you had a nap. What are you talking about? You're tired.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now, see, Cody, I'd have got no sympathy for you. None whatsoever. I've been up six flying my drones.
By the way, encourage everybody to go check out Finish Line yesterday from North Wilkesboro Speedway. Awesome interviews, awesome guests and content. And John, I don't know if you knew it or not, we did it mobilely, man. I'm not going to give away all of our secrets.
I heard you bragging. I heard you slapping yourself on the back.
No slapping anybody on the back. It was an amazing undertaking that we pulled off. Yeah. But we did it.
In the meantime, Kevin Smith is still out front in the 0-0. 2/10 over Mr. Moore back there.
That's all right. I remember that next time you cook a good bowl of jambalaya, I'll say, oh, well, it was all right. It was mediocre.
I didn't say you were mediocre. I can't comment on something I have yet to listen to.
Oh, please. What? Listen, Finish Line.
Okay. If I can find time in my busy schedule of sitting on my butt watching videos, I'll do that.
Yes, John Mustian Enterprises, please. I'd like to schedule an appointment.
No, man, listen, I am actually looking forward to watching that replay of that because of some of the guests you had on there, Bobby Labonte especially. I have mad respect for the Labonte brothers. Both of them, I've met them a few times back in the 90s when they were still in their prime, still racing. And even back then, they were down to earth, nice guys to talk to. Always took time to talk to the fans, and I know you don't see that a whole lot anymore. And I'm not saying the drivers these days are stuck up, as we see a great fight shaping up now for the lead between Kevin Smith and Moore. I'll get back to that in a minute, but you know what? This is very reminiscent of what happened last time, Wesley, before the pit stop started. Moore chased down Smith and blew by him. Smith's truck is just not set up for the long run.
Gotcha.
But what I was saying, sorry, as I'm not saying that today's drivers are stuck up or whatever. That's not what I mean by that. It's just that they don't have the time these days, it seems like, to really spend time with the fans at the races.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly. Yeah, I'll give you a prime example. For instance, last night I was able to hang out and talk to Kip Childress. And if people do not know who Kip Childress is, he is the guy that drives for the NASCAR Cup Series pace car. He is the pace car driver for the NASCAR Cup Series. And he's a long time friend of mine. I've known him for many, many years. And I was like, hey, man, I'd like to try to do a segment on Finish Line where we actually have officials on. Pace car driver, flagman Joey Aycock, another friend of mine. Officials, people like that. And I was point blank told by him, give me your card. I have to give this to NASCAR. I have to tell corporate what it is that you're wanting to do, and then they have to give me approval if they can do it or not. So it's kind of like taking all of the, as we watch now, Kevin Smith and Steph and still Dennis Moore being in positions 1 and 2. There goes my pick. He's pitting now. But basically, John, it's made it where you got to have a protocol to follow. You just can't randomly go up to somebody and ask them questions anymore, even if they're friends of yours in the industry.
Yeah, and that's just, unfortunately, that's just a byproduct of social, I don't want to say social media, but I mean internet access, instant internet access. They don't want these guys to go out there and say or do something that will be instantly all over the world, So I can get that. Still, I miss the good old days, man, when you could just kind of hang out in the pits and talk to drivers, talk to officials, talk to anybody you wanted to. You just don't get that anymore. As we see a great battle shaping up here between Smith and the 00 and Mr. Dennis Moore in the 44.
Yeah.
Cody now says he picked Moore to win.
No, he did not.
Now, I never heard him say that. Not once. Did you? See, there's no evidence of this.
That's true.
Yeah, I do remember that.
He did. I have to. Got to give him credit. 20 laps to go when they come to the line this time by. We are in the final stages of this race. It seems like it just will not end. One yellow flag to start. One yellow flag to stop this event when Sean Brightsman almost had an issue there.
Hey, when our boss goes back and listens to this, I just want him to know that I was not whining about the length of the race.
Nobody's whining about it. Two miles.
Oh, here he goes. Moore decides to come down pit road now.
There you go. Oh, what is he doing? Better slow down.
He's trying to get woe down.
Here comes O'Hare.
Now, these guys are teammates, correct?
They are.
Okay, yeah, I thought you said that at the top of the show. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
Beaver State Draft Clan. Here we go.
Beaver State Racing. They must live in Oregon. Here comes White. Here comes Anderson, it looks like, and Stabnow back there.
Stabnow behind him. I got to get excited about something. Excited about pit stops coming on.
Bobby Ritter in the big red. He's on pit road. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, Smith is still on track.
You hear our producer gasping for air because he couldn't breathe from laughing so hard.
And here comes our leader now, Kevin Smith on pit road for the final pit stop. This is going to be the money stop. Wow, look at how out of shape King was trying to get woe down, and here comes Bloom behind him.
I think a lot of our audience also says, that is so true. That would be great. Yes. Talking about yellow flags. We need one. Hey, your pick's in. Oh, my goodness. Kevin Smith is in, John. Your pick. Money
My
stop.
pit's on pit road. Oh, my God.
Don't speed, whatever you do. Make sure you save your tires. This is it, brother. We're in for an overhaul.
King messed himself up right there.
Technically okay. He's technically okay. He's
no,
all right.
He's not. This is green flag. Remember, that's going to give up a few spots on pit road on the racetrack.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're letting him go. Squills tires, pulls away. Devin says, I race you. No, he beat him.
We'll watch that exit speed, though, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, the pace car driver just waiting to come out.
Smokes.
Yes, he is. Look at the 44.
He gone.
Now, yeah, Charles is picked.
He gone. 19 laps to go. I don't know what happened to Smith on pit road, but look at him snaking down the backstretch trying to break that draft up. I don't know what happened to Kevin Smith on pit road there, but he lost a lot of time there.
Dennis Moore looking for what will be his third win if he pulls it off here tonight at the Moore Speed Beaver State Racing Chevrolet number 44, 19. Make it 18 laps to go now here. But I'll tell you what, though, John, Kevin Smith right there in his crosshairs. Okay, I think Shark Week's over.
I don't know about Shark Week being over, but they had a guy fishing down here in the Atchafalaya Basin and caught himself a shark.
Baby shark.
Oh, no, it wasn't a baby shark either. It was a big one.
All right. I've been to New York. I'll go back again.
Wow, shots fired.
Dennis
Shots
Moore.
fired.
Dennis Moore is the man out in front of the 44. Kevin
Last
Smith,
time.
though, right there behind him. What I was referring to with the baby shark reference is, you know, he's coming. He's reeling him in. Cut the
No.
lead to a
You were
second
just
and a
talking about
half.
the most annoying song in the world. That's all you were doing. You cannot excuse that. There's no
Hey, we used it one time on the air and qualified. I mean, you know,
you.
what was his name? 2 or 3 years ago? Blake Edwards. Yeah, it was him. Peyton Howell. Yeah, Peyton Howell, baby shark.
No.
Never mind, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, he didn't. By the way, I guess I'm on my own. Jeez.
He moved me.
Yes, he did.
Better give me my oval back.
Oh, my goodness. See, this is something that you'll never hear real world, broadcasters do to each other. You know, they're not. I can't pick you up and move you out the booth in the real world, but I can move you out in TeamSpeak.
This is what we do when we're on commercial break. Mind you, we ain't gone on commercial yet. Can we go side by side? Let's go side by side. Yeah, there ain't nothing going on. We'll be right back. We'll take you to the finish. Indianapolis.
This is our series,
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
where the stakes are always higher,
$300,000.
where virtual meets reality,
How bad do you want it? They're wasting no time getting at it.
where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel. Ask their questions. Get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
And remember, CRN will have coverage tonight with the iRacing, and then tomorrow night, Saturday night, Wake County Speedway and County Line Raceway. And we are CRN, Community Radio Network. All right, John, what are we going to say, man? We need some action in our lives.
Well, I was going to say, when we left for the commercial, Moore had a 1.6 second lead over Smith. We came back from that commercial, he had a 1.2 lead over Smith. I think Smith had been running him down. But now as we watch, Smith is falling a little bit further behind. So 13 to go. I don't know. I think this is really Moore's race to lose, I guess.
You know what I find so funny? With 13 laps to go, you've got our producer Charles' pick in first, your pick in second, my pick in third. Well, that changed that.
He wasn't
Aaron
third.
just got passed. Oh!
and they're 8 seconds. They're 8 seconds behind the leaders right now. These guys right here. That's the downside, like I said, of green flag pit stops with 20 trucks on track. Not even 20 trucks. We got 20 trucks. We got 4. I'm sorry. I'm trying to We've got 14 trucks.
Over.
Yes. We've got 14 trucks now left in this race. Harris is out. Garber has retired. Vining, Malik, Lothar, and Burke. All these guys have retired from the race, so we've only got 14 trucks on track. We had a green flag pit stop, and that just split everything up. Meanwhile, back up front, Smith is once again pulling in our leader. He's got a 1 second lead now, Moore does, over Smith. As, oh, somebody was in the wall right there. I don't know who that was.
Bring out a caution. Bring out a caution.
No, no caution. It's, oh, wow,
no,
it's
not
West.
you.
He's still
No,
all over
West.
the place.
No, be good boy. Be good boy. No. Listen. Well, he was my
Dan
pick
West
anyway.
Jr. having a handful of steering wheel there.
It's because I jinxed him. He's my pick to win. Everybody that I pick to do well, John, something happens to him. Don't you understand why you put me in that? He's your pick to win, Wesley. Yeah.
Don't blame me for that.
Quietly. I'll say it quietly, and then something happens to
hang
him.
on to it. He's way up there in Marbles. Not a place you want to be when your truck's that loose already.
Yeah, Sun West just passed him. Devin West got around Daddy West. There you go. By the way, coming to the line, 10 laps to go. When they come back around next time by here at the Yard of Bricks, we're ready to come to the home stretch. Woohoo!
Woo-hoo indeed. Look at him going way down. He's doing everything he can to break the draft behind him. That Smith's, you know, he's kind of sniffing that draft right now, getting a little taste of it. In the meantime, right up in front of them, looks like Breitzman. Breitzman's just right in front of these guys right now. Will he come into play, do you think? Maybe. Look at how out of shape he is. My goodness. Wow. That was a good save, you got to admit. Wake up, Wesley.
I'm here across the line on board Dennis Moore. 10 laps to go as they go back into the corner. And John says, wake up. I don't know. Honestly, people, I don't know what to talk about anymore. We got Dennis Moore. He is up in front. He is my next guy to win it, darn it. And he gets it done. And then you got Kevin Smith running him down. Wait a minute. That's the producer's pick. Producer's pick is in the lead. He is.
I'm just worried that he's burning his tires up.
And John, I like both of these guys, man. I really do. I'd like to see Kevin Smith or Dennis Moore win. I mean, I really do.
Have I ever mentioned the other reason I pull for Smith so much?
Because you like to travel in an RV?
Huh? No. Okay, yeah. No, because of Kevin Smith, the director.
Okay, that's different people.
Jay and Silent Bob, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerk, Chasing Amy. I can go on and on. Dogma, that's like my favorite one they've ever done. Yeah, that Kevin Smith. I know they're two different people, but still, you know.
John RGL Motorsports says Baby Shark was a song I learned in the Boy Scouts in the 90s. Was that song in the 90s? I don't remember it being in the 90s.
Well, it didn't reach internet fame until the video came out on YouTube. Granted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
My nephew, I think, somebody mentioned that, yeah, it was a song they taught at campfires and Boy Scouts back in the mid-90s.
Then they finally done away with Kumbaya, and we done Baby Shark instead. Gotcha. Hey, you're from the Cajun world doing little tap dance. We got salsa, John.
Hey, look, I got a radio right here. I'm gonna pull some Zydeco
Spicy.
on.
It's getting spicy.
Cool. But anyway, back to this wonderful race we have on screen right here. We're watching out of the top of Tyler King's truck right here as he's run down O'Hare trying to find his way past him. In the meantime, up front, Moore has started to stretch that lead out now, a little bit over a second. Like I said, I was worried about Smith burning his tires up, trying to catch him. That might be the case here. I don't know. We'll keep our eye on that. But in the meantime, got a great battle right here. As you see right there, look how close he gets up on the bumper of him right there. Trying to loosen him up a little bit, going through turns. King trying to find his way around O'Hare right now. Wesley, what do you think about this race right here, buddy?
Hey, you're worried, I'm worried, we're all worried. Look at this now.
Oh, here he goes.
King
right up on him.
This is teammates, by the way, John. These are teammates. First, third, and 4th for the Beaver State Racing Team on the racetrack. 7 to go.
I'm really surprised that King didn't try to make the move right there. He had the speed to do it, to go around O'Hare. Maybe he'll try it here on the backstretch. I think Smith just got in the wall.
All of this happening. Oh, Brightsman to the wall,
Brightsman's in the wall right in front of him.
Brightsman just slammed the wall in front of Kevin Smith. And no caution. We needed one. Ugh.
Oh, wow. He wiped out the right side of that truck. But I tell you what, I think Smith's got issues because he's definitely falling back fast now. Almost 2 seconds behind our leader. I'm not sure if it was because he checked up because of Brightsman or if he hit the wall himself.
Hey, John, you know something else that was really cool? Speaking of cautions.
What's that?
Guess who I got to hang out with who race directed all week at North Wilkesboro as well?
Can I mute him, Cody?
David Hoots. You know David Hoots? Put it out. Put it out. The great NASCAR race director of the Cup Series, David Hoots.
Okay, I don't know him, though. You asked me if I know him.
He said that. You know of him, though.
I know of him, but I do not know him.
Put it out. Put it out. Put it out.
Put it out. Hoots. He's a hoop to hang out with.
We are coming to the end. 5 to go. Oh, somebody, anybody. This is just what?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be professional here.
We have a 3-truck battle, everybody. Something's heating up on the racetrack. And 4 to go here at the Brickyard.
Well, we've been watching King play with the back bumper of O'Hare's truck for a while now. I don't know why he won't make the pass.
O'Hare, outside, inside.
Is it a point thing? Is maybe somebody trying to get more points than the other one? Oh, wow.
No, I don't think that is. He's just get the hell out, get out of my way. I've had enough.
No, he doesn't. Look, he lifts and gets back behind him. I'm telling you.
Are you serious, man?
What's going on here?
What are you, friends? Huh?
Well, you said they were teammates.
They are teammates. So, Stephen O'Hare is behind in the points. Tyler King is ahead of him. So maybe he's letting him stay up in front of the point standings. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was wondering about. In the meantime, we see Brightsman right here in front of them.
3 to
Brightsman
go.
is a lap down now.
Just think, if this would have been the regular race distance like Monday, there'd be 2 to go. But they decided to add on an extra 5 miles.
Oh, wow. I thought King was going to slap that wall for a second there.
Monday's race, by the way. Go back and check out the Northwest Cup Series race on Monday. That was phenomenal. This truck race just, yeah. I don't want to say it was bad, but it just was no passing whatsoever. And, John, I want to say this in their defense. It might be the way the truck body's made. It might be the way these trucks are set up and handled. This could be what caused this.
I don't think it's just that. I mean, again, you only had 20 trucks on track and like 4 of them dropped out in the first 5 laps. I mean, that's just, a low car count is going to give you I'm sorry, I'm not going to say boring, but it's going to cut back on the action you see on track. It's been a less entertaining race than we've seen in the past. Yeah, and it's not these guys' fault. They just need to get on their car count a little bit, maybe start doing some recruiting.
Nothing but love, man. I got
maybe
nothing but
open
love
the
for my
racing
Northwest
to people
friends.
outside of the Northwest. And
yeah, tonight was I guess it's just a bad night, I guess. I don't know. Not a very big entry list. Maybe people had some things going on.
Maybe
hopefully Greg will be able to join us again soon.
I know that's been
we've been advertising for 2 weeks now that Greg Rentz is going to be joining us back with the Northwest Series, and I understand he's in the biggest heat wave of the year over there, and 2 to go at the line. But I'm understanding.
Out of gas?
Yeah, no. I think it's. I think they were saying they're going through some massive heat wave, and because of that, there's a massive blackout, internet and stuff. Look at dirt tracking. Okay, things are heating up there. What'd you say? Rolling blackouts because of the heat. The heat's messing.
Well, yeah, but
heat's messing things up, John.
Yeah, I mean it's rough all over, man. He didn't miss anything tonight though.
No,
I
he
mean,
did not.
Moore is already out to a 3.5-second lead over Smith. I don't know what happened to Smith, but he's just falling off big time now. Smith's truck was never all night long. It was just not a long run truck. We saw that every time that they got out this far in the
White
run,
flag.
he would just fall back.
This is it. White flag. CRN 1 to go. Finally, here in Indianapolis, 2.5 miles remain for the driver of the number 44. It'll be Dennis Moore. He's looking to now climb back into the points lead because Cole Raz is not present. He'll also get his 3rd win this year. And John, you know I'm a stat guy as they hit the back straightaway for the final time. 3 wins on the Cup winner Monday of Cole Raz. 3 wins now for this winner at Indianapolis. 4, of course, Dennis Moore.
He's looking for that checkered flag. Now he comes through 3 for the last time down that short chute. Going to go right through here. Oh, there's a little bit of straightaway, and then you're going to crank it down in turn 4 right here. Back on the throttle hard. Let that thing drift out to the wall. Looking for that checkered flag. Here comes Mr. Dennis Moore in the 44.
Dennis Moore coming down the front straightaway. He'll roar past the massive grandstand here. Crosses the yard of bricks, and he will officially pick up his 3rd win this year in the Beaver State Racing Moore Speed 44 Chevrolet. 2nd spot coming across the line will, of course, be Kevin Smith. 4 seconds back at the interval at the line. Stephen O'Hare, Tyler King, Devin West all falls back in the top 5. So that's the way it all finishes here. 3rd win this year for the driver of course, Dennis Moore. He'll pick up his 3rd win. That will also be on the overall wins list. Looking at stats for Dennis Moore. Just trying to keep up with all that stuff. The celebration will begin, John, for him. I'll have all that information here in just a second.
Are these the guys that like to kill each other on the
Yeah, Northwest High
stretch here?
Five salute. The only excitement we'll see here tonight.
Yeah, buddy. Buckle in. Here comes the excitement.
Get ready for the demolition derby.
He said, I'm going to scratch my truck first.
1 yellow flag to stop the race. That's when Sean Brightsman had some problems here tonight. Other than that, a fairly non-interesting race, as we said.
Oh, hello. How you doing? Oh.
By the way, John, for Dennis Moore,
Wow.
in 79
That one guy-
starts, tonight was his 80th career Northwest Racing Series start. He now has 6 wins and 6 poles to go along with 31 top 5s and 52 top 10s for the driver of the number 44.
You a stat monster tonight, boy. Stat monster.
Well, here's the results. Only 20 trucks. Definitely not one that I would say that was not exciting at all. I mean, tonight was definitely just kind of follow the leader, ride and drive. 1 yellow flag, as I mentioned, with Sean Brightsman having problems. 4 or 5 trucks pulling in at the start, as John mentioned, and this is what we end up with. Dennis Moore, the winner. Kevin Smith, he tried to rally, fell back 2nd spot. Stephen O'Hare will go 3rd. Tyler King is 4th. 5th is Devin West. 6th is Dan West Jr. Ryan Bloom 7th. Chris White 8th. Jeff Stabnow, another top 10 finish, Jeff. I'm clapping for you. Caden Anderson will fall into the top 10 tonight as well.
Coming home 11th, Toby Clifton Ritters. Paul Newton 12th. Brett Johnson 13th. Sean Brightsman rounding out your field right there in 14th. The rest of these guys did not finish. Frank Harris 15th. Casey Garber 16th. 17th, James Vining. We saw him bounce off the end of the pit wall there, so he retired. Chad Malik 18th. Dan Lother 19th. And 20th, final truck will be Carl Burke.
One caution, again, as we mentioned in the race, as I think we can show you the analysis down there on the bottom left of the monitor. The only excitement we had, 1 caution, 3 laps, 7 lead changes in this 82-lap race. When it's all said and done, it is the man of Mr. Dennis Moore, picking up his 6th win. We'll talk to him here in a moment. 3rd win on the season. We'll wrap it up from Indy. Northwest Racing Series, the trucks at the Brickyard. getting ready for the finish line. Post-race wrap-up. That is coming up next when we talk to the top three on the podium. Plus, we are exactly at the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds real quickly of radio network identification. This is the Northwest Racing Series on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
And we're back here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway after, of course, the race in the books. John Mustin Jr., I'm Wesley Outlaw. We're going to go now and grab a word on the top three of this event. Of course, when it's all said and done, 6th career win, 3rd win this year for Dennis Moore. And I would say probably unofficially that will put him back into the hunt for the points at the top as well. We'll grab our 3rd place man real fast, and that is, of course, Stephen O'Hare. By the way, a good run for Beaver State Racing. 3 trucks in the top 5 when the race concluded. Stephen O'Hare, your take of this race tonight?
I thought it was a great race. It was nice to get a race in with a lot of green flag runs, save some tires, play some strategy. I think we had, in the Beaver State crew, some lightning fast pickup trucks. Kevin was super quick and absolutely earned that 2nd spot. But Dennis seemed to have it really hooked up. So proud of the finish, proud of the racing throughout the field, and yeah, we'll take it.
Oh, sorry, that's Mike. I'm sorry, I was talking to Jeff. Hey, John Mustin here, Mr. Hare. Quick question for you. At what point in this race did you see that this was going to go green for a while? And when you did, what kind of changes did you make to your setup, if any, to try and compensate for the fact that you were looking at long green flag runs?
Yeah, I think we had that first caution come out probably lap 15, I think, and got on the pits. And when we took off from there, it seemed like it was going to go green for the last pit stop. And so pretty much the biggest strategy there was to try to beat everybody to pit road, get a lap on them, and get out. I think Dennis executed that to perfection, and I didn't have anything for Kevin or Dennis, but I was able to hold off Dan West Jr. and Tyler for 3rd.
I'll tell you what, Stephen, it's on to the next one, man. Before I let you go, I want you to thank your sponsors, and a strong run, by the way, in closing for the Beaver State Racing clan here at Indy.
Yeah, super excited about that. Certainly, Beaver State guys, the other guys, in the league have been super helpful too. It's fun to get fast trucks and go out there and compete. So the American Touch-Up Ford was pretty quick. Certainly like to thank Nicole Ryan Photography, More Speed, and you guys at LSRTV and everybody with the Northwest Racing Series.
That's Stephen O'Hare again. He'll finish in the number 3 position here on the podium here tonight at the Brickyard. Let's go down to our runner-up for the race, and of course that is the driver of Mr. Kevin Smith, Walla Walla, Washington native of the 00. Kevin, you're taking this race, man. A lot of strategy. At one time, we thought you could have been the man to win. By the way, you were John, my colleagues in the broadcast booth pick, but you kind of lost
bro.
Tires went down. What happened there at the end of the race to settle for 2nd? But still, that's a very good finish for the team.
Yes, super happy, guys, with the finish. Just putting some of these races together is just awesome. What happened? I got into the wall. I came out of the pits. Actually, Dennis did to me what I did to him on the prior stint, and he got into the pit before I did and swapped spots. And then kind of, he had like a 1.7, 1.8 lead, and I kind of whittled that down under a second and just got in the wall, got some damage, and then I had to check up for a truck that got in the wall in front of me and lost contact with Dennis, and he kind of drove off there. But he was fast. He was better on the longer run. He deserved to win, but just, man, a lot of fun racing around those guys. And I want to congratulate Beaver State for a nice surrounding me here on the podium.
Well, Kevin, man, he kind of stole my question, but we were watching you in those long runs, and seems like you plateaued a little earlier than everybody else, but then it looked like you fell off a lot more than everybody else. What kind of a change do you think you could have made to maybe compensate for that?
It's a little bit my driving style. I think I just need to compensate a little bit by, just maybe, backing up the corners a little bit, just driving a little softer towards at the front end of a run. But the truck was good. Dennis got out ahead of me, passed me on that second stint. He didn't get away. I mean, I still stayed there like, half a second to second behind him. And, I think we were pretty close. Obviously I got helped by the draft a little bit back there, but just, some minor adjustments, but it was fast and it was fun racing around him. He's such a talented guy and a good racer, and he gets around this place awesome.
Well, let's on to the next one, Kevin. Man, before we do let you go, I want you to thank your sponsors and a good solid run for you tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, John, for picking me. That's awesome. Click it RV. Click it RV if you're in the market for a travel trailer, fifth wheel, motorhome, that sort of thing. We can help you. Click it RV in Milton Freewater, Oregon. And I really want to thank my teammates. This week, to be honest, we've been getting our butts whipped, and we're tired of it. So we just got to work this week and just really put the work in. So I just want to thank Ryan and the rest of my teammates for their help with that. And you guys, LSRTV. I mean, these are amazing broadcasts. I love watching them back, and you guys do a phenomenal job. So thank you for doing that. And then obviously our admins and the series, just an awesome series to race in and super competitive. And they just do a great job putting on a great show. So thank them for that.
Well, Kevin, congratulations again on the second place race. A race I would say that, again, not very eventful, with the strategy with the long green flag runs, not many caution flags, but in the end, sounds like in the end you drivers had fun, enjoyed that strategy, and congrats on second place. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
That's Kevin Smith, and now we go to victory lane, and the driver of the Beaver State Racing Machine, number 44, has put it to victory lane again. He'll pick up his 6th career win overall in 90 starts. This is also his 3rd win this year, and I'm still kind of tallying up the points here. It's not officially updated yet, but hey, it is official now. Dennis Moore, you pick up the win, and you are back in the points lead by 8 on Cole Raz. Congratulations on winning here at the Brickyard.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This race was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's nice to have the points lead, but they all reset here at the end of the regular season. So we got to try to get as many wins as Cole and whoever else has 3 or 4 wins there. So we had a good starting spot for the playoffs. But this truck, this more speed Chevy was fast tonight. I mean, it was on rails. Short run, first 15, 20 laps, I think Kevin and I were about even. Then after that, I'd kind of get off 4 a little better than him, and he would get through 2 better than me. So it was back and forth, but just had to wait for him to make a little tiny mistake and try to get around him. And then that strategy at the end of the race was exactly what he said. I had to get in a lap before him because the first stint he got in a lap before me and came out a second and a half ahead of me, and so I knew that was the winning move.
Winning move indeed, man. Great win, by the way. Congratulations on that. The only question I have for you is, you want to set my truck up for me for my next league race?
Depends on where it's at. If it's at a short track, you don't want to ask me to do it.
Oh, no, man. Hey, look, all joking aside, great win tonight. You look strong. Like you guys said, you and Smith really were the class of the field all night long. But at what point tonight did it actually dawn on you, hey, I'm going to win this race?
Probably with about 5 to go. I think I just got past Brightsman there, and then something happened where I think Kevin had to check up or something he said, so I got a little break from the draft there. The whole time I was trying to break the draft, weave in, out, because if you're within 1 second and a half there, he could just hang on to you. But I think at about 5 to go is when I realized I had a chance to win.
Well, Dennis, I'll tell you what, man, it's on to the next one. I know you mentioned that everything resets for the run for a championship, but having as many wins as you can and being up in the top of the points, that's got to be helping you as we close into these final races before the points reset to moving into seeding, because unofficially you might be second seed, second seed going into the first round of the round of 20 playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Just builds the confidence going into the playoffs, get that momentum going. We got some good tracks coming up. Should be decent at Michigan, Darlington's, road courses I'm not good at. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to the playoffs. Last year I finished P3 or 4, made a mistake at the end on the last race, but we should have a shot at it.
On to the next one, man. Before we let you go, thank your sponsors and congratulations to you again.
Yeah, I appreciate it. First, I want to say congratulations to my brother and my sister-in-law. They had a baby boy today. All the guys at Beaver State Racing, More Speed, LSRTV, and everyone at Northwest Racing Series.
6th career win, 3rd of the Northwest Racing Series of 2022. And he is the driver of the number 44, back in the points lead as well by 8 on Cole Raz for the Beaver State Racing entry, the More Speed Chevrolet of Dennis Moore. That's going to wrap it up here in Indianapolis. John, always fun working with you. We'll stop, we'll pause, we'll get a reset, come back next Monday, Sim 500. Of course, also Northwest Cup. Your take of this race, and again, we differences of opinion. You hear it. The drivers are saying, man, this was awesome, this was fun, this was exciting, we love the strategy. Maybe not for us on those opinions because we're in the broadcast booth and we're something, give us something. But at the end of the day, it was exciting for them, and when it's said and done, those guys are the ones that definitely have got to be happy with the outcome of what they got, and especially for Beaver State Racing for sure. Yeah, but Josh got to remember, man, as a driver in that truck, you're not bored. Trust me, you're every lap you're looking for that entrance to that turn, making sure you hit it just right. And when it's time to start hitting the brakes, make sure you hit the brakes just right. So there's never a dull moment when you're behind the wheel. So that's that's the big difference. But I mean, I enjoyed it, man. I love coming to Indy, both in sim world and real racing. I love watching Indianapolis. But I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to is the next 2 races. Michigan is one of my favorite tracks, and we're racing at it right now in the official series in iRacing. So I'm getting a lot of laps in myself. And then we're going to Richmond. Richmond, baby. Love me some Richmond. D-shaped little oval out there in central Virginia. And that's going to be a good race. So I'm looking forward to it, brother. Yeah, very exciting races coming up for sure. Michigan, Richmond, Watkins Glen, and Darlington. That'll close it out before the round of 12 playoffs kick off at Auto Club Speedway. For Jeff Stabdown, Charles Wooten, everybody at Rocket Media, the simulcast on CRN, the Community Radio Network. For John Muschin Jr., I'm Wesley Outland. Be good to one another. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for listening or watching. Replays are up. Good night from Indianapolis.